Hello, hello. How's everybody doing today? Happy Friday Eve. Yeah, Friday Eve. It's Friday Eve. Happy Friday Eve, everybody. Tomorrow is Friday. We've almost made it to the end of the week. What do we got going on? Hi Tevco, hi Pico, hi Shroom, hi Act, hi Silas, hi Cruz. Hello everybody. Hi Spark. How's everybody doing? Let's see what everybody's got going on. Tevco was first. Open my phone back at the perfect time. Nice, Act, perfect timing. I wonder what's in the MachineWise box. I have teased it. I have shown it off actually on the Discord server. So it is out there in the wild to know what is in the MachineWise box. But that is the first thing that we're going to be getting into because that is out there in the wild. And then we'll get into some of the new stuff. What's going on? 3. Act says, just finished planting my balcony garden. Very cool. Excellent. Flowers or vegetation? I mean, it's all vegetation, but edible, like leafy greens and stuff, or just pretty flowers. Tevco says, sup, Unc, still at the Trap Club. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in while you're multitasking. Shroom says, pretty good. Pico says, I'm thinking Slift T because he tried the V1 Slift with Vav. It was actually Maddie's, but yes, while I was with Vav and Maddie, I did get to try the Slift T. Scylla says, sup, Saruman is here. Hi, Saruman. How are you doing today? Cruz says, bandaging myself like crazy because my kite is mean to me. That is one sharp balis song. It is. That is why I dull my balis very promptly. However, I did see your clip that you posted. Very sick flipping. Good job. Tony says, hola, Tony, ¿cómo está? And Shroom says, everything is edible once. That could be true, unless you could not actually ingest it before it does you in. So I'm sure there's something that isn't fully edible even once. Like a live hand grenade, for example. But to each their own. Let's jump right into things. So everyone is aware, the first thing we are going to be unboxing rather, is this magical box right here from MachineWise. This was sent back home to me. So anybody who does not know, for the last couple of days, I have been in Arizona for work. While I was out there in Arizona, however, I had the opportunity to go out to Penchetta Pen and Knife in Scottsdale, Arizona. And while there, I was able to check out the store and I was able to spend some time talking to Lance, who's the owner of Penchetta, and is an unbelievably amazing person to have in the Balisong community. It was such a fun experience getting to meet him and getting to talk to him and find out, his story, what got him into the hobby, what he cares about, why he cares about it. I'm going to be putting together some sort of video of some sort. Nothing to compare to what Will and Brandon did, but I'm going to be putting something together so you guys can kind of experience a little bit of what I experienced. As far as I did get a nice walkthrough shot of the storefront and the store floor, and I got a couple clips with Lance sharing some information with me, sharing some merchandise with me, and also sharing news that I will get into here in a little bit. But leaving the store, Lance handed me this box right here and said that I get to play around with this for the next couple of weeks. Lance is going to send me a shipping label to return this back, where Lance is then going to give it a once over, make sure everything looks fine, and then send this out to its next recipient to play around with for a little bit. More details to come on that, probably in a later video or a later stream. But for the time being, let's get into this after we catch up on chat. So Act says all sorts: parsley, cilantro, basil, dill, lavender, sunflowers, tomatoes, habaneros, mint, mixed flowers. That's about it. All right, very cool. It sounds like you could make some. You have the startings of a pretty good dill pickle recipe. Just so you're aware. Cruz says thank you though. That was a joke. One, because I was making a stupid face at the camera. I'll post something where I put a little bit more thought into my flipping. Even if it was a joke, it was peak flipping. I thoroughly enjoyed it. So props to you. Sunflowers are my fave, says Shroom. Act says I've got two different types, some red, some yellow. I haven't seen red sunflowers. That's pretty cool. All right, so we're getting into this one first because this one I have already teased. Anyone who is on the Bali Unc Friends Discord server has already seen what's in here and already has the details. But for everyone else, here is what we have. Let's see if we can get that into focus. So that is a serif blade with a Christmas laser etching. And these are Opus V2 handles. So yeah, serif blade 7. I don't know what the number means, so I'm not even going to pretend. Serif blade, Opus V2 handles with the Christmas 2025 snowflake pattern. So I get to play around with this for the next 2 weeks. After those 2 weeks, I send this back to Lance for it to be cleaned up and sent out to its next recipient. In the meantime, though, I have done a little flipping with this, but not significantly. And normally I wouldn't drop it right off the gate. I did already get my finger with this one because it is sharp. Cruz says, oh yes, I saw that on Discord. Very nice. Yes. Pico says, OMG, nice. I have a V1 Opus with serif blade. It's my most valuable Bali. Yeah, this thing flips. It feels, I don't know, it feels different. It feels substantial while feeling very I don't know. The handles feel very thin, very slim, very comfortable though. It is definitely not a heavy Bali by any stretch of the imagination. I'm not sure what the balance is, but I believe that it's going to be a slight handle bias. In general, though, I really, really do enjoy flipping this. The funny thing is, though, when it did get my finger, I do remember, as soon as it got my finger, I remember hearing Lance's voice in my head saying, oh, and when I get this back from you, I'm probably going to dull it for the next person. And I thought to myself, oh, just missed it. But yeah, this is a really sick Bali. So when I went to Arizona, I went out specifically for work, but with the intention of making it out to Penchetta and checking out the store. Was thankfully able to do so, able to see some really awesome pens, some really awesome knives, obviously some pretty sick Bala songs, and a lot of time talking to Lance. That was really, really cool. But when I went out, I didn't bring any live Balis with me. I didn't want to go through TSA and have to deal with that mess. So the Bali that I brought with me was my Lifrix Canvas V1. Which I had absolutely no issues whatsoever with getting through TSA. Interestingly, TSA did not stop me for that being in my bag. They did stop me for my bit driver being in my bag, but they took a look at it and said, oh, okay, you can keep this. Hope it flips good, LOL. It will also be my first wait, I'm sorry, I missed something. Hope it flips well, or hope it flips good, LOL. It will also be my first Thai knife. Oh, are you gonna get one of these too? I think that is what you are saying. Um, yeah, so this one, let me take a couple steps back. I kind of just jumped right into it. So everyone is aware, if you didn't pick up on it from the thumbnail or anything, I have a lot of things to unbox and to go through today. I did kind of note that this may be the biggest unboxing that Unc has done to date. I don't mean to say that to discount my initial first big time unboxing from Ethan. That holds a very, very special place in my heart. This, on the other hand, is a different type of holy cow unboxing, because rather than one person sending me a bunch of things, I came home with something that someone had sent me home with, two additional boxes containing 3 additional Balis. So today's unboxing is quite possibly Unc's biggest unboxing by way of number of boxes to number of senders, and also quite probably total dollar value of all Balis being unboxed today. So that's to set the stage for what we're playing around with today. I'm pretty excited. Pico says, I like Lance's enthusiasm for Balis. It's cool. Agreed. The thing is, though, like when I was talking to Lance, one of the things that really struck me was that his enthusiasm isn't just for Balis. His enthusiasm is for the flipper. He really likes the people behind the Bali song, and that's one of those things that I really connected well with him on, because I've said it before. You know, I could care less about the Bali. I could care less about the flip. I care about the flipper. That's why I'm here. And I related very well to Lance when we were chatting, because he seemed to strike that same chord with me. Ted says, sorry I'm late. I'm chatting in this stream plus Paul's at the same time. No problem. Very cool. I was in Paul's right before I had dinner before the stream, so no problems. Jax is here and says, what's up, Unc? I was going to say not a lot. Lots is up. We're unboxing many things today. The only thing that you've missed so far is this Seraph blade on Opus V2 handles that was sent home with me from my trip to Penchetta by Lance. He sent it home and said that I get to play with this for the next 2 weeks, and then I'm going to send it back to him, and he's going to send it on to the next recipient. Let's see, what are you flipping? Okay, so I just covered that. That's the most in one box. This is the most packages at once. Very true, yes. Saruman says, nice shirt. Just noticed it. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I am a big advocate for breast cancer awareness, breast cancer support. So this is one of my breast cancer shirts. Yeah, so, all right, let's get into the next thing, which will be, I believe, the next, yeah, okay, the next one is going to be, well, let me see. Let me see. What do I want to flip first? What do I want to open first? No, we'll start with the one that arrived first. We'll start with this one. Let's see. I don't have much time right now. Be right back. No problem, Jax. Are you skipping over my message? Oh no. What are you flipping? No, I already covered that. Hope it flips good. It will. Wait, yeah. So I covered it. I won Palatheus Campanale from a giveaway. Oh, sweet. I don't know what that is. I'm gonna look it up. One moment. I'm very curious what LeBreton won from a giveaway. Oops, wrong button. Wrong button again. Oh. What did I just do? There we go. Wow. That's really cool. That's awesome, LeBreton. I'm excited for you. Oops, I did it again. I'm supposed to be here, or it's supposed to be here tomorrow. Nice. Sick. That's awesome. And then Act says that's pretty sick. Yep. And Tony says I've never won a giveaway. I don't know that I've ever won a giveaway either. I think I won movie tickets once. All right. So, not knowing what's all in the box, I'm just... Okay, cool. So, this is the box I just pulled out of the box. Sarman says, the day I win a giveaway, my life will be complete. LeBreton says, I am hyped, understandably so. I really hope it flips good. Worst case scenario, you can sell it and make a pretty penny if it doesn't flip good, but something tells me you'll be able to figure out how to flip it. All right, so this is what I just pulled out of that box. So lots of you know what this is. Some of you may not. Obviously, this is a box from Acid Works containing a Zyzix, but this is a special thing. Oh, I know what it is, says Tony. Sarman says, yo, Gibby says, I'm here. Gibby has perfect timing. Ghost Balis says he's late. Ghost Balis, the only thing that you missed was my first unboxing, which a lot of people already knew about. The last couple days I spent in Arizona. One of those days I was able to make it out to Penchetta and check out the Penchetta Pen and Knife store and meet Lance while I was out there. While I was out there, Lance and the Penchetta team sent me home with this, which is a serif blade with snowflake etching on it and Opus V2 handles. And the thing flips like a dream. Okay. So, Gibby says, I knew I'd be here in time. LeBreton says, win. Hi, Gibby, says Shroom. Act says, the trainer. This is not the trainer. I'll tease you. I'll tease it right there. The only Zyzix that has on purpose been spiked into the concrete. Very true. All right, let's get into this. As soon as I can figure out how, is it just magnet? Yep, it's just magnetic. Man, all right, so here's what we got. It feels nice. Feels like a Zyzix. Honestly, it feels smoother than I recall. It doesn't, so Ted's was darker handles, and it really gave me a charcoal vibe. This does not give me a charcoal vibe, but I'm digging it. Yeah, so I'm not going to, is it your personal Zyzix? No. So the story of this is, excuse me, this is Gibby's Zyzix that he's been sending around as a pass around. That he won last year, I think, right, Gibby? And correct me, was it the Acid Bowl? Is that what it's called? So yeah, this is, oh, I love this blade. This is Gibby's Zyzix. This is the Lazarus. So unboxing number one. You'll notice, if you notice, there is a bit of wear on that blade. I don't know how much the camera is picking it up, but there is some wear on this Bali. But yeah, I'm excited. Acid Bowl, yes, okay. Let's see. The thing with the Zyzix, I always have to take special care to identify which is the safe handle. Oh my gosh, this sounds amazing. Oh. Jeez, this has a hum. I mean, it rings, but it's like it's not supposed to be serrated. Well, it's not quite serrated. It's not that bad, but man, this thing, This thing rings, but it's like the ring doesn't stop when it's not making contact with something else. Like when it's still just rolling around my hand, the ring turns into a hum, but it seems to be ever present. Gibby, I totally understand why you say this is the best Zyzix. I'm definitely going to need to spend more time with it before I can definitively say that that if pitted up against Ted's, this takes the cake. But I can tell you I'm going to be able to flip this more confidently for a number of reasons. Number one, I just flipped better than the last time I had a Zyzix in my hand. But number two, I know that this thing is a beater intentionally. So I don't have to worry about this thing ever falling out of my hands and hitting the concrete or landing in mud or whatever the case may be. So because of that, I think I'm probably going to be much more comfortable flipping this than I was Ted's, which will probably give me a little bit more runway to get a little adventurous, we'll say. Let's see. You gotta drop it tip down on concrete, LOL. I have pictures of it both in a toaster and in a stew. All right, so it has been seasoned for sure. Good to know. This thing flips great and it sounds amazing. Oh my gosh, this ring. I'm going to dedicate one of my streams just to being, while I have this on my person, I will dedicate one of my streams. I don't know which one, or if I'll just do kind of a random, Saturday afternoon 20-minute stream where I just pull out my crappy mic that has no noise suppression and just do an ASMR stream specifically for this Bali. So this is this is nice. This is awesome. Yeah. Saruman flips. What are those weights in the bottom of the shorty kraken? Those are titanium weights to offset the not totally offset, but somewhat offset the lack of material that has been chopped off the end, because as I understand it, as Saruman had explained in the video, and Saruman obviously correct me where I misspeak, but as I understand it, when you get it ground down to be a shorty kraken, you essentially lose this entire bottom hole. So they create a whole nother hole that's a little bit bigger and then put a titanium, or it could be a stainless steel, but Saruman's is titanium, to add a little bit more weight to the end of the handles. So I think that answers the question. Gibby says it's loud. Can you guys hear it? I mean, is my mic picking up any of the? I have no idea why I'm here. I don't have a Bali song. No worries. Oh, I'm totally sorry. Bali Unc has no birds on stream. 10 out of 10 stream. Nope, no birds. All good for you. Put it in the drain disposal for a custom handle pattern. Oh yeah, you could do that. And then Gibby says it's loud. This is loud? I don't think so. Turn off noise suppression and maybe it'll be better. I can try, but honestly, I don't think I have noise suppression turned on right now. We'll see. No, not that. Filters. Oh, I do. Let's see if I can turn it off. First, let me pause my music so you guys don't get that, because that's getting blocked by noise suppression. All right. Sounds way more clacky. So I think what you guys aren't hearing, and I'll play around with a couple different microphones and see if I might be able to get something that'll pick it up. Because what you're not hearing, I guarantee, is the ever-present hum in between each of the points of contact that start the ring. Once it's past that, the hum stays present. I mean, this thing is... I mean, I could easily just flip this and listen to it with no music whatsoever for ever. This is beautiful. Yeah, okay, wow. So, and because Gibby wants this to be a beater, I have already said I'm not going to abuse this, but what I will do is every opportunity that I have to have this in my pocket, on my person, while I am out and about, it will be on my person. I will flip it everywhere that I am. If I am out, if I am out and it's raining, I'll flip it in the rain. If I'm walking down a dirt path, I'll flip it over dirt. If I happen to be in a puddle and it drops, so be it. Per Gibby, that is the rule. Unc flips this wherever Unc wants to flip, so that's what I'm going to do. All right, so that's unboxing number one. Now, I think I have one other box to unbox that has 2 Balis in it. And I already know what I'm going to be. Are public Balis illegal there? I don't think it's a matter of Balis being illegal. I think it's a matter of blade length in my area. And I want to say that the blade length is like 3 1/4 inches or something like that, which is why I err on the side of I'm just going to carry around a trainer. But that isn't sharp. So I would just argue with anybody that it's a trainer and would be fine with it, I think. All right, let's get back into this. All right. I know in New York they were, so we didn't even bring them out. Yeah, I don't know if they're illegal or not. I don't believe that balisongs are illegal. For me, like I said, it's the blade length, and I know that I'm not going to find a balisong that has a blade length within the length allowance of my jurisdiction as far as blade length. Why am I the only one talking? LOL. I always wonder how getting pulled over and explaining 30 Balis to a cop would go. I mean, my expectation would be, explain the situation. Hey, I'm on my way from or to a Bali meetup, if that's the case. And if that's not the case and you just happen to randomly, typically carry 30 Balis at a time, I guess own it. All right. Next, we got this case right here. And this contains, I believe, yes, 2 different things. We're going to start with one. The one time I had to deal with a cop, he just told me to keep it in my pocket. Fair. All right, so next thing I am unboxing, which I am very, very, very excited about. We do park meets with 100+ on a park bench, and nobody ever said anything. Very cool. Sir, do you have any weapons in the car? They're all dull. Good. All right, so next thing to show is this right here. Anybody who does not know, this is the Zyzix trainer, which is upside down. There we go. The Zyzix trainer. I think it's more like that. Yeah. So this is an aluminum balisong. Yes, the younger brother of the Zyzix. So the Zyzix I was just flipping, Gibby's Zyzix, is a titanium balisong. This is a aluminum balisong, and we will see what kind of magic Paul can make by way of sound with aluminum. I hear that it's a sound to behold. Ah, I dropped it. So it is definitely not as ringy. That was a ring of shame. Yeah, I think it does need oil. Ted, do you have any issue with carbon honey? Are you fine with that, or do you want me to use super lube? Oof. Fail. All good. I use, I don't know what the CH is, and Kanto. All right, cool. I use churro. So this thing will smell like churro here in a moment. All right, so we get a little side-by-side compare between the Zyzix Trainer and the Zyzix Proper. Obviously, the Zyzix Proper being titanium, that is the pricier of the two, and it definitely sounds much more musical. However, for being an aluminum balisong, I can tell you that this thing does have a really nice ring to it. It doesn't have the hum, though. That was a ring of shame. No. This is lighter, I think. Yeah, it is. Not significantly so, but light enough for me to tell the difference. But yeah, it does sound nice. I'm trying to think of something that has this similar kind of deeper echo sound. It's almost reminiscent of the Thomas Balisong Refault, but this is cleaner. The Refault has the same kind of low glassy sound, but it's like it's underneath something. How are the tolerances? Even though it's not Thai, if I didn't tell you it was aluminum, would you know? Yeah, I think I would. I think so. I mean, I say that, but I also, I mean, I've only been flipping for 9 months. So if I weren't in this theoretical situation you're asking, and you actually did ask me, hey, what did you think that was made out of? I would probably be too embarrassed to guess and be wrong to even guess. So I would say that I wouldn't be so confident in its material just by holding it in my hand and flipping it for a little bit. To the point where I would say, oh yeah, no, I can tell that's aluminum. So knowing what I know, it totally makes sense. And I can see, you know, that it is. But had I not known and you just said, hey, what do you think that's made out of? I would have probably just said, I don't know. Ethan thought it was Thai? Okay. Well then, again, I mean, take anything that I say with a grain of salt, because I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, so nice sounding Bali. flips a little bit different, I think, than the Zyzix, but I don't know. I'm gonna need to spend a lot of time doing some compare. But very sick Bali. Yeah, so for me, the Zyzix has weight that you can feel. Like now that I'm flipping this again, I can feel the weight that was missing with the aluminum Zyzix. And I can tell you where in the body that weight is missing from. And it's in the middle, which is, I think, a good place for it to, because it's not like we've lost weight from one end or the other. For $275, I think it's a super solid budget Zyzix feel. I agree wholeheartedly. Do they all come in that in this particular finish, or does he have other finishes similar to the fact that there are other finishes on the Zyzix? That I have not looked into. I'm shocked there's enough blade weight in it. Right. Well, I mean, it's a thick blade. There's no tapering whatsoever in that. So there is still a lot of material there. It's just there is a lot of open space too. That is a true statement, which is probably why this does feel so much lighter than the titanium Zyzix. But despite the fact that the weight is different, and you can definitely feel the difference in that weight, balance-wise, they don't feel too far off. They flip very similar. And the more I'm flipping this, the more I'm noticing the sound, and the more I'm enjoying it for what it is. It again is definitely not in the same ballpark as the titanium Zyzix, but this has a really nice sound to it. And this is, I mean, it's a sick feeling Bali. I love these handles. Absolutely love the handles. They give you a great amount of grip while not providing anything that's going to like catch your skin and cause discomfort. Yeah, very much digging it. So far it's been that, but JK, I believe, is doing them now, so I feel it might be different on drop 2. Gotcha. All right, so there are 2, 3. So we've covered the Serif blade on Opus V2 handles. We have covered the Acid Bowl Zyzix Lazarus from Gibby. We have covered the, oh, and I'm sorry, I don't think I mentioned it. We've covered the Zyzix trainer. This was sent to me by Ted to play around with for a little bit. And was super excited to hear that I was going to be having this at the same time. So I will be able to do some compares, which again we'll be digging deeper into somehow in the future. So now we are on to the last one. The last one, which is one that is mine. I got it for me, and I don't have to send it back. I get to keep it because it's mine. All right. Sick. Okay, so, and then we have, and this is the Bandage Knives Stitch V1, not the V2 like what Ethan had sent me. Still has a kukri blade. Inserts are green instead of the glow in the dark. I remembered the Zen and weights, right? I believe that's what these were. Yes. Yep. I got the Zen and the Zen pins and the weight. So this is, okay. So this is my new Bali that I bought and it is mine, and I don't have to send it back, and I'm super excited about it. Man, okay, I'm gonna oil this sucker too, but I'm already excited with the feel of this because I have missed the Stitch V2 since sending it back to Ethan. That blade shape is sick. Agreed. I would not have gotten this if it didn't have this blade. It's the V1 Kukri, the same as the V2. Is the V1 Kukri the same as the V2? I don't think so. Honestly, I believe that this has more of a swoop down, but I don't know. I don't know for sure. I can compare with Ethan at Blade, or I can probably compare some or pull up some photos that I have and do a side-by-side compare there too. But I don't believe so. I'm going to run some sandpaper over this though, just to err on the side of caution, because it does not feel nearly as dull as the Stitch V2 did. I think the only difference on the V1 to the V2 is the thinner blade and Zen fitting. Besides that, it's fantastic. Yeah, this belly looks sick, and I am anxiously waiting to just go ham on this thing. Okay, that should be okay for now. I'm not done with it yet. All right. So the funny thing is this, wow. So, oh my gosh, this is so good. I really like this. This does not seem to have the same issues that my brain doesn't have the same issues with this that it had with the Stitch V2. Like, there's nothing in my brain telling me this is longer than it should be. And it doesn't feel super compact and thin like the Stitch V2 did. Maybe that's just because it's been, out of my flipping catalog for a while, and I'm just much more comfortable with this. But it looks like this doesn't have the milling on the inside of the channels that that the V2 had. So maybe there's also a difference in the thickness. But either way, I might have a little bit more handle weight than usual, but that's because it had the Tony Kraken NBL blade before. That was balanced for that. Okay. Oh, and was balanced for that. Got it. I like the balance of this. I'm probably going to get into it and play around with it a little bit, but this is... I'm not experienced. So anybody who doesn't know, when Ethan sent me his balis to play around with, the high-end bali that he had sent me was the Bandage Knives Stitch V2. And I loved that thing. As soon as I had unboxed it, I marked it as my favorite of the balis over the Kraken. Then it ended up coming in third place, I think, by the time I sent everything back. I think it was third place. But the big drawback for me, the one thing that did have me kind of uncomfortable with the bali when I was flipping it, was the thickness of the handles felt so thin this way. The sandwich part felt so thin that it felt like the length should also be shortened to compensate. So it was more symmetrical, or not symmetrical, balanced. But So because of that, it felt like I was flipping a very thin balisong that was very long. This doesn't give me that same thin perspective. And because of that, I don't have any issue with how it feels lengthwise. This is just, all in all, this is okay. I like it. This is nice. So very excited. All right, so let's get back to, well, you guys tell me, what do you want me to flip? Now that I have unboxed everything, I have that reblade says it's gonna get to me tomorrow, but I highly doubt it. Oh, have faith, Tony. Maybe if it says it's gonna get there tomorrow, it could still happen. What do you guys want me to flip? Do you guys want me to, let's, while you guys are deciding, I'm going to flip the Zyzix because, yeah, because that sound. It's still in Texas. Okay, well, maybe it won't get to you. Maybe you're not being pessimistic. Maybe you're being realistic. Oops. Unless it hits my wormhole, right? All right, let's see. So, man, I think we've already covered everything that there was to cover. Now it's just a matter of flipping. So, how's everybody doing today? Unc's living the dream. Unc's got lots of toys to play with. So if Gibby is still in the chat, Gibby, big thanks to you for having me included on this pass around. This thing is a dream, and I really look forward to playing with this for the next couple of weeks and having this on my person, flipping it in the most unique and individual of ways, specifically because I want you to know that I gave it my best try to be as hard on this thing as possible. So I've been coming up with ideas on where can I flip this, where I'm not actively being destructive, but can provide the most opportunity for something fun to happen when I drop it. I bought the Thai kite with CF scales and Bowie. CF scales, which ones are those? Those, I was a big fan of the Damascus G10, the blue Damascus G10 scales. Those looked sick, I thought. I was trying to not buy anything more before Blade, but something came up and I got a good price, LMAO. I feel your pain, Tony. The Damascus G10 they did was kind of cool. Yep, I agree. Blue Smoke CF. Blue Smoke CF. I still don't know what that means. But I bet you it's going to be sick. Let me know how that thing flips, though, because we were just talking about that. Is the Blue Smoke one the one that you're talking... are we talking about the same one? The one I'm referring to as Damascus G10, are you referring to as Blue Smoke CF? I think they are G10. That's what I thought. But I could be wrong. Act also thought it was G10. Oh, man, this sounds so good. So, yeah, big thanks to Gibby for adding me to the pass around for the Zyzix. This is absolutely amazing. Big thanks to Lance and Penchetta for sending me home with the Machine-wise Serif blade on Opus V2 handles. This thing is going to be so much fun to flip and get familiar with and just kind of experience. Thank you to Ted for sending me the Zizix trainer to play with. And thankfully, because I have the Zizix OG and the Zizix trainer, both Ted and Gibby, thank you for giving me the opportunity for doing this very unique compare that I'm going to be able to do over the course of the next 2 weeks. Yeah, so, oh, usually the blue smoke pattern is on CF. Hadn't seen it on G10. Got it. But that's the one you got? Excellent. Let me know how it flips. I'm really interested because over the course of the last couple of days, I have been talking a lot with other people about the Thai kite. And it came to my attention that the Thai kite is an exceptionally light balisong, like a 1/4 of an ounce lighter than the Impulse light, which is completely mind-boggling. So yeah, Ted, when you get it, let me know your thoughts. Let me know if what I'm hearing is in fact correct and it is in fact as ridiculously light as it is, and how it flips and how it sounds. I'm sure it's going to sound amazing. Lighter than the Impulse is insane. Like a 1/4 of an ounce lighter than the Impulse. It is in fact insane. I had the Kite Thai Beta and it is amazing. Do you really? That is cool. How different is the Kite Thai Beta from the Kite AL when that came out? Because I know that they took everybody's feedback of the Kite Thai Beta supposedly to make the Kite AL, but given the fact that they made it out of completely different materials, I don't know how far that got them. Oh wow, I was hoping at least 3.9 ounces. So I think the Impulse is like 3.8, 3.9 ounces, and I want to say that the Thai Kite is like 3.5 or 3.4 ounces. I want, like I said, I want to say it was a solid 3/4 or a 1/4 of an ounce lighter than the Impulse, but I don't have the greatest memory. I may be misremembering the facts and the details, so obviously spot check me. 3.2 is the CF, right? Ooh. 3.5 G10, 3.2 CF. Okay, so there is G10 and there is CF, and you got the CF. So yeah, super, super light. Hope you like a light Bali. It's probably gonna flip amazing though. I need to get myself an Impulse again. The one time I tried flipping it, I just was not ready for a Bali that was that light. I got the G10, so 3.5. Gotcha. Okay, so yeah, it's gonna be a light. It's gonna be a light flipper, but it's probably gonna sound amazing. This sounds amazing. All right. So we got a bunch of lurkers, so I will give my my typical thank you for the lurkers. I love you guys. I love the fact that you are here, listening, paying attention, hearing what I have to say. So yeah, thanks for being here. You guys are awesome. For the time being though, everybody, I am going to put up my Be Right Back sign. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to put up my Be Right Back sign. Shroom is leaving. Bye Shroom. I'm going to drop my desk down. I'm going to bring my chair around and I'll be right back. All right, I am back. Let's adjust my camera. Oops, wrong button. There we go. Now let's get it back here. Yay. Okay. Shroom says, oh, yay. No, I thought you were leaving. Nope, I'm not leaving. We are staying. Man, I'm gonna flip my Kraken just because I have been without it since Tuesday morning. Because the last thing I did before hopping in the car and getting to the airport was running into my office and flipping as many of my balis as I could really quick before getting in the car and heading on my way. So all day since I've been home, I have been going through and flipping all of my balis, and it is the community Kraken that I have concluded I have missed the absolute most. No, can't do that yet. I'm trying to work on that that thumb chaplain to extend the behind the 8-ball helix thing, but I'm not good at it yet. It's so cold right now, I don't want to flip. Oh, bummer. I can't blame you. Cold flipping can be rough. All right. Longest I went without my Kraken after buying it was 2 weeks. I was away on a trip and I didn't bring my knives. That's a bummer. I mean, I've had a Bali with me. I brought the Lifrix Canvas V1 with me. So I had something to flip, but again, after coming home and flipping through my collection, it was very much the community Kraken that I was missing the most. It is the Bali that I was most pleased to have back in my hands. Yeah, so Unc's takeaway is that there is a difference in mentality for me when flipping different balis. So what I mean by that is when I'm flipping the machine-wise Seraph on Opus V2 handles, I am flipping very slowly, very methodically, very intentionally, and I'm trying to be very light with my fingers, trying to be very flowy with it. That's just the flipping profile that I default to when I pick up this Bali. Whereas when I pick up the Kraken, I put more oomph behind my rollovers and everything that I'm doing. Whereas here, I'm just giving it a little push and I'm just following it. That's my natural way of flipping the machine-wise stuff. The Zyzix, on the other hand, I do put some oomph behind this because it gets the choir singing. Afterblade, I want to send you a box full of 3D printed Bali history. That's sweet. I can send you back a box of 3D printed current flippery. I think my box to Grimm included a total of 3 3D printed Bali songs that were totally flippable. And then my entire collection of 3D printed scales for the Kite out. But yeah, I mean, go ahead. I'm all about it. I'm a 3D printed nerd, or a 3D printing nerd, and a Bali nerd. So anytime I can get the two hobbies working together, that was horrible. I definitely like to. Oh my gosh, Gibby's Zyzix is amazing. Mm-mm. Ooh. Kraken is so go, oh, always will be. Agreed. Agreed. Man, this Zyzix sounds amazing. And I really love this Lazarus blade. This is heavy. And it is serrated. But this is cool. This is really cool. All right, and then let's give another flip to the Zyzix trainer. And then we're probably going to start getting things slowed down and shut down. We still got people here, but not a whole lot of chatter, which is totally fine. Should I do a stream tomorrow when I get the new Bali? I'll tune in. I mean, depending on what time the stream is, but I'll tune in if I can. Yeah, I mean, you do you as far as the unboxing is concerned. Do it however you want. There is a beauty to unboxing for yourself, but it's also fun to. Are the bottom pivots in the trainer? I don't know what bottom pivots you mean. I don't see any bottom pivots. Like, what do you mean, Ted? Are the bottom pivots in the trainer? I don't know what bottom pivots you mean. Oh, that was backwards. There. Oops. Oh, never mind. I own too many Balis. Okay, fair. Yeah, I like the trainer. I definitely do. I mean, is it something that I would pick up for $275? Probably not, based on the stuff that I already have. I would probably opt to save and find a second-hand market Zyzix than getting a new Zyzix trainer. But that's because I'm in it for the sound, and I think this sound profile is good, but not as unique, as the titanium Zyzix. So I probably wouldn't get this for me unless I had an opportunity that just couldn't be turned down, because this is a really solid Bali, and this is super fun to flip. This is definitely for, I don't know. I don't even know where I was going with that, but this is a solid Bali. What's going on, Stitch? Welcome to the show. All right, so, and then I will give another flip to the Stitch. Man, I love this thing. So, Stitch, what you missed is a couple different unboxings. So, while I was at Penchetta this week, Lance sent me home with this Machine-Wise Serif blade on Opus V2 handles. So I have this for the next couple of weeks to play around with. Then when I got home from my trip, I had a couple things in boxes, one of which being this AcidWorks Zyzix Lazarus. which is Gibby's Zyzix that he won at Acid Bowl last year. And I was added to the pass around for this to play around with it for a little bit. And then Ted Flips sent me the Zyzix trainer to play around with. So I'm getting to play around with the trainer and do a compare between the trainer and the titanium. So this trainer is aluminum. The Zyzix original is titanium. So I'm doing a little bit of a compare contrast there. And then I also purchased for my own the Bandage Knives Stitch V1 with kukri blade and green inserts here and here. There. And spacers. Versus the glow-in-the-dark that Ethan's had. So those are the 4 things that I kind of went through on stream today. Stitch is the only knife I need. LOL, purely off the name. Yours looks cool though. Or yours looks cool too. I am super, I actually like this better than the one that I was flipping of Ethan's. Because Ethan's, my brain was telling me that it was too thin and that it needed to be shorter to compensate for the thinness. My brain does not tell me that this is thin. And because of that, I don't feel like it needs to be shortened at all. It just, it feels perfect. Yeah, I'm just going to get in and mess around with the weights a little bit at some point here. But I don't think I'm going to rush to do that either because this just feels, I like the feel of it right now. Ugh. But once I get a little bit more fanning practice in with this, I might come to the conclusion that it does need to be a little bit more neutral so it fans a little bit better, but we'll see. This is really bouncy. I can't sound test, so I won't, but very bouncy. Nope. So, yeah, 6 stream. Don't know that I'm gonna keep the stream going much longer because we've kind of flipped everything, talked about most everything, and I think the remaining things that I have to talk about are going to be things that I'm going to actually make videos for because I think it deserves the attention that a video would provide as opposed to information to get lost in a stream that will be harder to get back to that information at some point. So I'm home. Are you wrapping up or still streaming? I'm actually starting to wrap up. So we will put down the knives and we will actually get things shut down. Again, thank you everyone for making it out to the stream. Hopefully it was enjoyable for you. It was very much enjoyable for me. I had an opportunity to flip some amazing balis sent over to me by Lance over at Penshetta, by Gibby, and by Ted Flips. It's been a great unboxing day. I can't think of anything else that I need to cover today. So we're probably going to get things shut down for the time being. Everybody have a great rest of the night. Have a great Friday to come tomorrow. And let's get heading into the weekend on a good note. Hopefully everybody has a great night. Hopefully everybody has a great end of the week. For the time being, though, we are wrapping things up. So thanks for stopping by. Thanks for saying hi. We'll see you guys in the next one. Love you.